Hello, everyone. We'll wait for a few minutes for other folks to join in. Let's just give few minutes to other folks. I can see 73 of us have joined. I think in we, just 30, 40 more seconds and then we'll start. All right. Thanks everyone for joining in. Today we are here for the collaboration that we have done with VJIT placement cell, that is your placement cell. Uh, and here we are. I am Joel, founder and product head for Hexa, and I have with me Aniket, who is customer success manager for Hexa, and he'll be working very closely with you going forward after onboarding any request which you have, and if our Professor Shikha have. Uh, you can reach out to her, and then she can also reach out to Aniket for any content request that we put or any issue that you face. Um, so what we are talking about today, we'll talk about what Hexa is, and we have sent you the activation email yesterday, how to activate your account, and then what the actual product is about, how to use it, and what are the various benefits of it. And then we'll jump into the Wipro recruitment process. So Wipro is hiring for the fresh graduates now. Will Aniketas will walk us through the Wipro recruitment process. And Lastly, or in between also, if you have any questions, feel free to drop the question in the chat section in YouTube, and we'll answer all those questions uh, in between or towards the end. Okay. Let's start. What Hexa is, why we are here. So we have collaborated with your college to enable you, enable you guys to prepare better for your placements. It's a step-by-step guide for you to understand what are the weak and strong areas of uh, of your preparation, or where you are lacking, and where you need to improve more, and where you are already strong and you can make them stronger. So that is the idea of having this platform, and we'll be going through various modules it has, how you can make use of them, right? uh, Before we go there, before we get into product walkthrough, I would like to show you how you can activate your account. We've seen that almost 350 students have already activated the account, which is really, really great. And there are still 600 students who have not activated the account. And if you have also not activated your account, I'll share the steps with you how you can activate your account, right? So you would have received an email like this, with the title "Activate Your Account" and the subject line like this, and then you'll have a button which says "Activate Your Account." Once you click on "Activate Account" button, you will be asked for a new password. I'll enter a new password and I'll submit this. Now my account has been activated. Okay, I can directly log in here. Now each of our partners institute students have their own login, right? You can log in specifically to your account to access the portal. So for you, we have this domain, vjit.gohexa.in. We'll also be flashing this on the screen now, so you'll able to see vjit.gohexa.in, right? So go to this link, sign in with your email address on which you have received the activation email, the password which you have used while activating the account, and then sign in. It's that simple. If by any chance you forget the password, you can click on forget password, and you'll able to generate a new password, right? What we'll also do is we will be sending out reactivation email once again after this webinar, in case you have lost the email, or in case you missed the email, or in case due to any reason the email is not delivered, we'll send out the activation email again after this webinar. Okay, that's how you log in. So for example, now I have just signed up. Okay, and I'll, so if you see here, my email address here is this one on which I have received the email. So I'll sign in with this email address. And I am in. Okay, we'll come to this part. How do we access this module? What all do we have here, right? Now we'll get into the product walkthrough. So these are the things that we'll be covering in the slides today. What all do you get, and what is the content? What experience do you get, right? Starting with the screening preparation, we prepare we will prepare you for all type of screening that companies do, and we have seen that 80% of the companies that come to your campus, or even if you apply offline, have the first entry level as the aptitude test. So we'll be very, very strongly focusing on the aptitude preparation of yours, and then the company specific test. For example, now Wipro is hiring. We'll be conducting special webinar which is part of this, which will walk you through the what is the actual process of Wipro, and then we'll be publishing the specific Wipro test. This is just an example, right? Whatever other companies are coming in, will be publishing those company specific tests, right? And then you will able to watch the concept wide videos. For example, now based on the test you have taken, right, will also tell you that where you are weak in, where you are strong in. Based on that, you will able to watch the video tutorials, right? And we have made these video tutorials very, very simple. We have made this video tutorial very, very simple. For example, let's say you have probability, and in probability you have card problem, you have dice problem. You'll specifically able to focus on each and every concept. So if you don't know what is dice problem, you just need to spend few minutes on watching the dice problem video, and that concept is strong, right? Um, then as we are doing one now, we'll be conducting various webinars, not only for your placement papers, but also for the resume building workshops, GD, your group discussions, personal interviews, and your soft skills, how to improve that time to time, right? And we'll also keep on giving you the suggestions, right? And what to do, what to focus on, how to improve the accuracy plan, and how to manage your time, right? And also what are the industry demands that you have. And then what we are very strong in, and what will really help you in giving the in-depth analysis. So the in-depth analysis that we do will not only based on for example your one specific section. It will not be just limited to that, hey, um, this is your quant that you need to work on, but it will also tell you that how many questions you have done incorrect, how many of them were difficult, how many of them were easy, so that you also know that, hey, if I have done some easy question wrong, it means that there is some silly mistake that done, right? If it is difficult question that you have done correct, it means that, hey, that particular area is strong, right? And we'll also give you time spent on each and every question, that you'll able to see that, hey, this specific thing took so much of time, maybe I need to work on it, maybe I need to improve this. So various aspects on which the analytics will be given, which will really help you in going forward, right? Now coming to how it works, right? So you will have various modules in it. One will be as we spoke assessment, other will be analytics, and then there will be video tutorials, or the training, or the webinars, right? The placement paper that you get in the actual company, right, you will get the same experience here. It will be time based assessment. You will get to select the section, you will able to mark the question for the review. So you will get the actual experience, so that when you get into the examination hall, on your computer, or at your home, right, you'll not feel like, hey, this is something new, I have never seen this before. So the placement paper you get will be exactly same, right? And then it's the platform that is used is easy and secure. It do fluctuation handling. For example, you are taking the test, there is a internet connection lost. It's not that whole your system will go down. Once it comes back, you'll able to continue from there, right? And one best thing is, although we recommend you using laptops if you have, but the paper experience is optimized for mobile as well, which means that you can take tests from mobile as well, but we highly recommend you using the laptops, right? So as you see here, you can see the screen, you'll able to skim through the questions, you'll able to go next, previous, and mark for review. And there are some security features that we have put in here, which are there in the actual paper as well, so that you're prepared for it. um, we know that it would not be intentional, but it could be unintentional, that you switch the screens, you switch the tabs, you uh, open some other tab, right? So it will give you a prompt saying that, hey, some activity has been noticed, don't do this, or avoid doing this. Otherwise, the test will be auto submitted. So I'm just repeating this, that a warning will be given if there's a switch in the tab happens, or if you minimize the screen, as it requires full screen to work on, right? So first warning, after first warning, the test will be auto submitted, which happens in most of the actual placement papers that you give. So that is why, to keep the same environment, we have incorporated this as well, right? This is how the analytics screen looks like. When we'll see the actual product, we'll deep dive into this, and this is how the learning section will look like. So we start with the assessment and analytics part, and after a couple of days, or maybe a week, we enable the learning section, so that you take at least a couple of tests before jumping to the learning, so that you know what is strong, what is weak, right? And this is how it works. We have already created account for you. You would have received the activation email. Activate your account, and then start learning, right? Please, if you guys have any question, keep on posting it there. Will answer the questions. Now, so this is, once you enter, you will see this, right? As I spoke, that we have two sections which are enabled. The learning section will be enabled in next couple of days for your portal, so that you know what to learn and where to focus more. So once you go into test, you will see all the tests published. uh, so there are multiple divisions that we have done. Overall test, right? In overall test, you will have most of the industry demands, the most generic pattern, uh, ranging from difficulty easy to medium, right? So that's how you do, and we have designed this in such a way uh, that each of you get your own learning path, and you will once you land into the portal, you're not confused on where to go, what to do, right? If you see here, uh, there is a 15 minutes warm up test which is there. So we recommend you going through the warm up test, so that you can just spend 5 minutes there, 10 minutes there, see how the portal looks like, right? For example, if I go here now, it will show me a couple of suggestions. For example, it has to be in full screen mode, and my computer or my system, if you're using your mobile, is in good working condition, and I start the test. And here is where you will have multiple sections. You can start with either quantitative, verbal, logical, which gives you more confidence, right? For example, logical gives me more confidence. I'll say I'll start with the logical reasoning section. So each section here is given a specified time, right? So some companies have the overall time, some companies have the specified time. uh, so based on that, we'll be giving either just the overall time or the section specific time as well, right? So the using this is as simple. You take the question, you uh, check one of the options, and let's say if you want to change the option, just check on another option. But if you think that you don't want to attempt it, if you have attempted by mistake, just check the same option again. So I have clicked on this, now I'm clicking on this again, will remove the selection. I'll go next, I'll attempt this, or maybe I'll go here, I'll mark this for review. So there is a color coding done for each and every question, so that it lets you know that what has happened with this question, answered, unanswered, or I need to review this. So before submitting, you can just quickly go here that, hey, this is what I have marked for review. Okay, I had to do this, and then once I jump from one section to another section, I'll be given a prompt. So now we highly recommend you reading these prompts, because these means something when they come up. So here is saying that you will not able to attempt the question from the current section, since there is a sectional dedicated time given. So if you jump from one section to another, you will not able to attempt that section. If you see here, the time here is reduced to 0. So now you will not able to go back to this section. Okay, so this is based on the companies. Some companies give, I'm repeating it, some companies give the overall time, some companies give each specific section specific time, right? So I take this, and for example, I have taken, now I have submitted the test. And here we are asking for the feedback. We recommend you, or will request you to give the feedback here, uh, so that the questions you have in your mind while giving the test, you can put it here. If there is anything that you felt went wrong, you can put it here. If there is anything that you think that uh, you specifically want, this is the platform where you can give the feedback that, hey, I want this type of questions which are not there. I wanted this type of test which is not there. Anything that come to your mind, you can put it here. If you like the experience, you can put it here, right? So so whatever you put here will directly come to us. Okay, now once you take the test, you see here, right? You are able to see the report, and then you will able to start the next test now. So if you see here, it says that aptitude test 1 is dependent on a warm-up test. That's why it's logged. So it's saying please complete warm-up test and prepare for 1 hour to unlock this test. So you need to see that how have you done in warm-up test, or for example here aptitude test 2, right? How have you done in aptitude test 1, and then prepare for 6 days. So what will you do for 6 days, right? We have based on the report that you get, we have the sectional tests, right? So you will do quantitative test, you will do logical reasoning, you will do verbal ability, and the learning section that will get enabled for you, you will go and read there. And then as you progress, based on your progress, based on your speed, on a specified day, each of these will get unlocked, right? So you hover over it, you'll get to know that what you need to work on, what you need to do before doing this. So this is step by step guide that we are providing, so that when you come here, you are not lost. Okay, similarly here, let's say you have sectional, and you have company specific. Now every company that is coming to your college or will be coming it, will have the tests published here. Okay, so you will come here, you will see Tech Mahindra test, TCS test, Wipros, Orient, all the tests that you have here. And since this Wipro was dependent on warm-up test, it has unlocked immediately, so that now Wipro is coming up. If you want that, hey, I want to quickly start, you need not wait for let's say 1 hour or 2 days or 6 days to start this preparation. You go and take warm-up test, the Wipro mock test will get unlocked immediately, right? So similarly, this will get unlocked after 1 hour of warm-up test. This will get unlocked again after 1 hour of warm-up test. So we recommend you taking warm-up test, so that you know how the portal works, right? Now I want to see how I'm performing. Either I can click on see report here, or I can go to analytics section. Whatever test I've taken will be listed here. For example, I have taken warm-up test, it is listed here. So you'll be able to see, right? If you see here, this the analysis is very detailed. It tells you that how much time you have spent on each question. This one we have spent 46 seconds. This one I have spent 33 seconds, and I have done 4 questions incorrect. I have done 1 question correct, and I haven't attempted 10 questions. And here is what you see, the difficulty level of incorrect and unattended questions. Because the correct ones you need not worry about, right? You need to worry about incorrect and unattended questions. Now if you see here that I have done or I have either incorrected or unattended easy questions as well. Do I need to work on this? What are these questions? You will get to know. Then there is section analysis, as I spoke. Here each section that was there in this test, logical, quantitative, verbal, you will able to see it from here. Now, digging deeper into this, that hey, okay, I know I have done 3 questions incorrect, but what are these 3 questions? So I know there's these 3 questions are from coding, uh, statement and argument, blood relation. So these are the topics I need to work on. So once you know that what you need to work on, you'll able to go to learning section and start learning there, right? And then there's a question analysis. Each and every question you have, whether this was correct, whether this was incorrect, what was the difficulty level of this, right? So how you read this bar is, the lower the bar, uh, the more you need to focus on. For example, here, this question number 8 and 7 is easy and is incorrect, which means there is something really wrong, right? The higher the bar, the more strong it is. For example, this third question, had it been difficult and you would have made correct, which means that you have done good here. This is correct and this is difficult, which means this particular section is strong, right? So that's how you use this portal, right? Learning section, uh, once we enable, you'll able to see it like this, and it's fairly straightforward. Each course and category will be there. You'll able to select, you'll able to uh, take the quiz. If it is related, you'll able to watch the video, and then you'll able to go to another test for the preparation. Okay, I'll give it a pause here for you guys. If there are any questions, you can post in, and then we'll move to the Wipro recruitment process.
Shubham will be waiting for the questions from the students.
Uh, yeah, we'll just pause here so that they get time to absorb what we spoke about, and then they can also pose the questions,
Sure, sure.
right? And maybe in just a few seconds, or 1 minute, we can move to recruitment process.
Sure, sure. So yes, we have a question from students. I have displayed on the screen, Shubham.
Sure. Camera is not required for the test for this exam. Gautam is saying learning section is not visible to me. Yes, Gautam. As I told, that learning section will be enabling it in 3 to 4 days for your portal, so that you take 1 or 2 tests before we enable it, so that you know where to work on, right? So it will be enabled in a couple of days. I'll just share my screen to show you guys how the learning section will look like. So if you see here, the learning section will come here along with your test and analytics. You'll able to go here. You'll see all the courses that are available for you, right? And then once you click on the course, you'll able to see the topics. For example, the course is quantitative and the topic is probability, and then inside probability, how many concepts you have, you'll able to see here. For example, this is the clocks concept that you'll see in the logical reasoning. So this is just example, right? So you'll see whatever is available to you. So this is how it will look like, and will enable this in a couple of days. Hmm. There's a question from Tarun. Is the solution shortcuts are given after the exams? After the exam you take, Tarun, yes, the solution will be given after you take the exam. That is one. Secondly, you will, in the training tutorials videos also will explain you how to approach each and every type of the question. For example, as we are talking now, right, the probability, you will know how uh, the different type of concepts are there in probability. For example, there's a dice problem, there's a coin problem, there's a card problem, there's a ball problem. How you need to approach quickly to each and every type of problem, right? So that will be done in the video tutorials as well. Okay, Aniket, you want to move to the section Wipro process?
Yeah. So we'll begin with the process. Yeah. I'll share my screen. So yes, I guess my screen is visible to everybody. So firstly, I welcome everybody to Team Hexa, and so as Shubham explained you about the product walkthrough and the process, how you activate your account. So now further learning will be looking at Wipro recruitment process, what we have presently for you guys. So this was the Wipro National Level Talent Hunt Test 2021, which is also known as Wipro NLTH. So these were the details what were received from the Wipro. Like the job role is for the project engineer. So we have qualifications required as BE, BTech, and year of passing is 2021. So you will be expecting a salary package of 3.5 LPA. So for the last registration date is 5th of Jan 2021, and you'll be having this drive on 18th to 23rd of January. So these are the necessary details what you have to look in. So don't worry, we will be sharing you these details on your email addresses. So let's move forward and let's see what actually rounds we have for Wipro recruitment process. So we will be having three rounds. That is round one, which is online written test. We have round two, which is technical interview, and round three, HR interview round. So looking forward specifically for round one. So for the online written test, we have these details what we like students to be more focused on. So we have firstly we have a aptitude test, which will be online aptitude test. The duration for this test will be about 48 minutes, and we have these sections what you will be answering in aptitude. We have quantitative, we have logical, we have verbal English. So you could expect 16 questions for you have to answer for quantitative in 16 minutes with a medium difficulty level. You have logical 14 questions with a time limit of 14 minutes with a little bit higher difficulty level. And then we have verbal English. You will be expecting 22 questions within 18 minutes with a difficulty level of medium. So you need not worry. We have prepared a very good Wipro mock test series for you people, wherein you can practice and you can clear this Wipro NLTH. So, secondly, after this online aptitude round, once you clear this round, we will be having a written communication test, which will be for 20 minutes and will be of medium difficulty level. And then you have coding. So, we'll particularly look for these two aspects now. For the written communication test, it will be essay writing. So you'll be having some basic topics like impact of Western culture on Indians. About what do you think about demonetization? Was it good or bad? Or some recent topics what we have in the current scenario. You'll be having such questions with a medium difficulty level. Like you need to be more short and precise to such kind of essay writing questions, wherein you will be checked for your vocabulary and your descriptive nature. So you'll be having a time duration for 20 minutes in this particular section. Further, you go to a online programming test, wherein you have to code two programs. First program you'll be having a easier program, and second will be a slightly difficult program. So students have the liberty to have code the program in these particular languages, that is Java, C, C++, or Python. So you can choose any of the language and you can code these two programs. So basic, like in general, you may have topics such as to calculate the GCD of two numbers, to check whether the given number is prime, or you need to find do matrix multiplication and find its transpose. So such programming topics you'll be having. So after clearing all these rounds for round one, you proceed to round two, which is a technical interview round. So this is the round wherein the recruiters will be more focused over your technical knowledge or your core knowledge. So this would be a sort of a little bit difficult round what you may find, because this will be totally about your branch. And I guess that will be not an issue, because in the due course of your college duration, you will be learning about your core subjects and you may clear this. So once you clear this technical interview round, we move on with HR interview round. So HR interview round is the easiest. He'll be just talking about like what is your family background, like what are your ambitions and all. So all in this, the HR will be looking after your confidence and your team spirit, how you are ready to work with your team, or how good are you at communication and how confident are you. So this was like the process what you will be having for Wipro NLTH for 2021. So if you have any queries, and we will be sharing you the more details about this particular Wipro NLTH via mail. So still, if you have any doubts, you can comment and we shall answer your questions. And
Yeah, thanks, Aniket, for taking this. I think I see a couple of
queries,
re-
yeah,
requests here that the learning section was not visible.
yeah, yeah.
I can project my screen again, and I'll show how the learning section will look like, and how it will be enabled for their portal. Aniket, please confirm me once you are able to see my screen.
Just a minute, yeah. Yeah, it's visible now.
Okay, great. So, students, as we were talking, right, the learning section will be enabled like this for your portal, right? Once you go to learning, all the courses which are published for your portal will be visible here, right? You will have, let's say, the quantitative, logical, verbal, and any other course will be seen here. Once you get into this, you will see the topics for this. For example, in quant you will see clock, these probability, and other topics. And if you go inside the topic, you will see that how many concepts are there, and you'll able to watch the tutorial from here, right? So this particular module will be enabled for your institute or for your domain in couple of days. so that before that you take a couple of tests. Okay, that was one. And one more thing I want to touch upon is that anywhere while using the product, you face any issues or you face any challenges or you have any request, there is a live chat option here. You can reach out to us using this live chat option. Okay, if you have any query related to your test, any query related to your analytics, and once the learning section is enabled, any query related to learning section, you'll able to reach out to us through this. If you have some other query, you can reach out to us here. So for example, if you have any query about test, we'll try to solve as soon as possible, right? And for your quick help, we have given we know some of the problem that students have faced in past and try to resolve quickly. We have also given some shortcuts here, that not able to start the test, questions are getting cut, not able to scroll, right? Or test got auto submitted, which is mostly due to swapping the screens and all. So what could be the most common reasons for which these could have happened, will answer you here. And if there is anything that need personal assistance, as soon as you raise the request, for example, you're facing some other issue, will I'm using Windows laptop, so this information will be captured. For example, you have this query, and this will be sent to our executive sitting on the live chat portal, right? So you'll be either answered here, and most often what we'll do is we'll have all your details, email address, phone number. We'll reach out to you directly on the phone number to solve the critical queries quickly, right? And if there is something that we know, or which is maybe work in progress, we'll reply you here. So anywhere in the journey, if you are stuck somewhere, please feel free to reach out to us using this live chat option. Okay, and we have used bot here so that it can help you in solving your queries quickly. Okay, I'll stop sharing my screen, and again, thanks everyone for listening with so much of patience, and we are waiting here. We are here for another 15 minutes for answer any of your questions if you have. I think
Yeah, Shubham, we have some questions from the students. Like Tarun is asking, like, is there any cutoff for every section? So whatever knowledge we have received, you need to have 60% of marks in each section. Like to clear the round, you need to at least grab 60% of marks in that particular section. So Santosh, are mechanical students eligible? So as per the knowledge, no, we only have CS, IT, and circuital branch of students are eligible for Wipro and LTH. So don't worry, we will be letting you know about the other companies that will be coming in, and we'll be recruiting for mechanical students as well. So don't worry about this.
so there's another question from Vishnu. He says, uh, for what duration test links are activated? Vishnu, once the test is active, you'll able to take it, and we'll keep the test links active for at least couple of months, so that you're able to take the test. But the time sensitivity thing here is that each day the test we publish, right, the students start taking, not only from this institute but from other institutes as well. So there is a high competition there, so we recommend as soon as the test is published, you take the test, so that you're not behind the other students, right? There's a question from Bhargavi. Sir, after taking the test, when we learn from the learning section, do we need to take another test? Bhargavi, that is recommendation that you keep on taking a test, because what we have seen with the experience is that test is something that will enable you for the actual paper that you give. So the more you practice, the more you'll able to get hands on, right? Though the learning is very, very important part, watching the video tutorial is very, very important, but I would say taking a test is more important, because unless you solve it, you'll not know that. So in the paper, you'll not get the confidence to solve that question if you have not attempted the test. Okay. There's a question from Nikhil. Can we reattempt the test if we got less than 60%? Nikhil, I think what Aniket referred to was the Wipro's actual placement paper, right? If you get less than 60 or whatever the cutoff is, right? That's a tentative cutoff to clear the test, is what we have seen based on the Wipro's previous test. You're not able to take the test again because that's the actual placement paper that Wipro will take. But anywhere in this portal, in the Hexa portal, the tests you take, you'll able to do take as many as tests you want for the practice. That is the reason we will be publishing multiple Wipro tests for, let's say you start with Wipro test 1 today, and then there will be Wipro test 3, 2, 4, will be publishing those many tests, so that once you are confident, you go there, right? We also recommend that not only the Wipro specific test, but also the tests that you see in the overall section and the sectional section, you take those tests as well, so that if anything comes beyond that scope, you are confident on that as well. Bhargavi, can you elaborate your question? Is it the same test or a different one? Which test are you talking about? Okay. In the meantime, guys, if you have any questions, we are here to answer that live, and post it also if you have any questions. You can write to us, or you can reach out to us using the chat section, or you can write to us at our email address, which is hello at the rate gohexa.in. Okay, Bhargavi, understood your question. So after taking the test, when we learn from the learning section, do we need to take another test, or is it the same test or a different one? Right. So once you take the test and then you go to learning section, there will be another test. It will not be the same test, but it will be a similar pattern test, so that you have the progress and graph that how you have improved yourself, right? So will not override the performance. Your previous performance will still stay, and your new performance will also be there. A new test with the same difficulty level or with the similar difficulty level, similar pattern, you will able to take, so that you will able to compare that, hey, okay, before learning I was here, after learning I am here. Okay guys, as you can see on your screen, any any requests that you have or any queries that you have, you can either reach out to us using the live chat section in the portal, or you can write us to at hello at the rate gohexa.in. And we will also be doing one, we'll be rolling out one more activation email or account activation email in case you have not received it. Right. We'll wait for 2 more minutes for any questions. Then we can wind up. And I would like to really thank Professor Shikha for giving us this opportunity and platform with the students to interact with them and help them grow. And will always be around uh, for any queries they have. And we are striving towards making their placements better and better, make them industry ready, not only on campus but off campus as well. uh, so if they go outside looking for the job, they should be well enabled, is what our aim is. So once again, thanks Professor Shikha for this opportunity, and thanks everyone for joining in. We really appreciate your time. Keep learning, keep growing, is what we always say. And yeah, the portal is yours, and you can start studying. And here we are on the weekend, which is best days to utilize our time. So yeah, start learning from now. And whatever we have discussed, most of the information is available uh, through the various portals or various sections that we have. The information about the Wipro test that Aniket discussed will be rolling out through the emails as well. And also will be conducting few webinars on GDPI skills in the coming month. Okay, so that we prepare you for the personal interviews, how the HR interviews looks like, how the soft skills works. That will be doing. So this is the start of the journey together. We look forward to having you placed in the various companies, and we are happy to have you on board. Thanks everyone for the joining in. I think there is one question. Sir, will the company be providing us further studies opportunities along with the job? uh, Akila, if I understand your question, if it is about the higher studies, then the answer is no. We are focused towards making you a better person, not only in terms of technical, but in terms of other aspects, the aptitude, the personality, and your personal growth aspect, so that you are well capable, a better person to take a job in any industry or any of company of your choice. So that is our aim. But if there is any other meaning to your question, please feel free to state it here, or drop an email. We can also have a call to understand this. All right. Thanks Arun. Thanks Gautam. Thanks everyone for joining in. And yeah, we'll be closing the webinar for the day.
Yes. So I thank Mr. Shubham for sparing his expensive time to host this wonderful webinar for the students of VJIT. Uh, I also thank Professor Shika for giving us this opportunity to host this webinar. And last but not the least, I need to thank the students, those who are patient enough to listen to our webinar and were much interested in this product. So, thank you so much for joining and giving us this opportunity to host this webinar. So yes. Uh, so yes, thank you everybody. So if you have any queries, reach out to us at the email address what was projected. So I can help you out with this email address again. So yes, thank you everybody for joining, and we shall end this webinar now. Thank you.